This episode is about the burger joint Five Guys. For many, this is a completely unknown brand, but trust me, it's an amazing, authentic place with its own design that immerses us in the atmosphere of the 60s, with just 2 key products and 2,000 restaurants around the world. Hi everyone, my name is Anton Vasilenko. I'm 32. I'm a CEO and the founder of the True Gamers Brand Network, as well as the owner of 4 successful brands. I've opened over 450 locations that serve 600,000 customers every month in 130 cities around the world. I have projects annually rank in the rankings of Forbes business publications. My team and I promote concepts that blow people's minds all over the world. For example, we recently presented the Cyber Island concept in Abu Dhabi. I've gone through all the stages from choosing a niche before entering the global market. And moreover, I'm doing all of this right now. On this channel, I will talk about business, trends, entrepreneurial approaches, and share my vision on how to build successful companies. Maybe my words will change your perspective on business, your team, or even on yourself. Five Guys appeared almost 40 years ago in 1986 in a small town in Virginia. Jimmy and Jerry Moore decided to open their own little diner. Moreover, this idea came to them quite by chance. They just wanted to create a place with really tasty burgers that didn't cost a fortune. The name of the company didn't come about by chance. They decided to name their diner after their 5 kids. That's how the name Five Guys was born. They invested a rather modest amount into the business. According to various sources, they started with about $70,000. They used that money for renting a space, purchasing equipment, and launching the business. By the way, for a whole 17 years, Five Guys was just a family business with a few restaurants. The idea of scaling came to them only in the 2000s. In 2003, the Moore brothers decided to try expanding and offered a local investor their business in a franchise format. This was an important step for the chain. They started sharing their business model, but at the same time, they maintained strict quality standards that they required from their franchisees. The first franchises of the brand were sold for $25,000. That's a pretty standard amount for a franchise. At that time, although individual entrepreneurs could spend between $300,000 to $500,000 to open one restaurant, everything depended on the location and the equipment costs. From the very beginning, Five Guys decided that the restaurants should look the same, and it doesn't matter who runs them. They trained the new owners themselves and constantly monitored each new restaurant. Despite such a strict approach and complete point-by-point control, in 2004, Five Guys opened 5 new restaurants. By 2015, the company already had over 1,500 restaurants in 40 countries. As of today, Five Guys has nearly 2,000 restaurants around the world. But what set Five Guys apart from other fast food restaurants? It might seem like the same burgers, fries, just like everywhere else. But no, in the 2000s, people realized that fast food was harmful and started gradually moving away from it. Five Guys didn't lose customers back then. The brand noticed this trend early on and focused on the naturalness of its ingredients. This helped them stand out against major competitors like McDonald's and Burger King. By the way, they were heavily criticized at that time for using semi-finished products or frozen foods. People started demanding more natural options, and Five Guys was ready to offer that to them. For example, he showed that the fries are fried only in peanut oil, and all the burgers are made by hand right in front of the customers. He offered a unique menu with the option to choose any combination of ingredients for the burgers. The secret to their success also lies in their franchises. Five Guys built their model so that franchises didn't just open a restaurant under the brand. They became partners, helped grow the company, and ensured the quality of service and their products. This became part of the corporate culture. And here's the cool part. Five Guys started selling franchises all over the world, even though they could have just stuck to their home in the USA. So if you're somewhere in London or Beijing, you can also go to Five Guys and try them famous burgers. Let's talk about the company's finances. For 2023, Five Guys was valued at $5 billion. That's an impressive figure considering they started as a small family business. Today, Five Guys is one of the most successful brands in the fast food industry. They achieved such a financial figure thanks to franchises. Unlike others, Five Guys takes a 5% royalty from each restaurant and also receives 2 to 3% from HEC marketing contributions. This provides the company with a stable high income. The average revenue of a Five Guys restaurant can reach $1.5 to $2 million a year. And this also speaks to the brand's popularity and its successful business model. And if the cost of franchises used to be $25,000, with the success of the chain, it has now risen to $500,000. Sometimes there were franchisees who couldn't afford such large investments or weren't ready for the strict quality standards. Because of this, some fast food restaurants closed down. As a result, after several similar situations, Five Guys has set stricter requirements for candidates regarding their finances and readiness to adhere to brand standards and improve the franchise support system. The brand helps them with planning, marketing, and restaurant management. In general, if you look at the brand's history, they also managed to handle the competition, for example, when shakes came onto the scene. The step, with an emphasis on cheap, eco-friendly, clean products, allowed Five Guys to quickly find new approaches to their customers. In response, the company focused on maintaining uniqueness. They didn't reduce portion sizes or change their recipe, but instead focused on the high quality of their products and service. They also introduced new products like drinks and bars to diversify their menu. By the way, unlike most large brands, Five Guys has never done mass advertising. They relied on word of mouth. People would just come in, try it out, and tell their friends how amazing and delicious their experience was. And this approach really proved to be effective. Today, indeed, many call Five Guys one of the best places for burgers. This is the story of how a small diner in Virginia turned into a global brand that has become a favorite spot for millions of people around the world. The company has managed not only to become successful, but also to maintain its uniqueness by offering tasty and healthy fast food. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments if you've tried a burger from Five Guys, and if so, what did you think of it? See you in the next episode. Take care.